Good morning. We'll give folks a few moments that can join us at 9. Good morning. This is Dr. Teresa A. Smith, Dr. TAS. Welcome to Dr. TAS Live at 9, Dr. TAS Coaching Moments. I am feeling a little bit better than yesterday. Thank you for those who reached out to me to see how I was feeling. My voice is a little better. So the drugs are working, and I thank God for that. Please like, share, and tag this video. Please like, share, and tag this video. This morning, I want to talk a little bit about setting goals or developing an action plan. As I've been talking about, this is the month of the can do. And so folks often ask me, well, how do I achieve my goals? What is it that I've got to do? And so it's very simple. The first thing you've got to do is have a conversation with God to see what His purpose is for your life. And I say that because you don't want to set goals without your goals aligning to His goal for you. So you have to seek His counsel because that's the most important counsel that you can seek. After you seeking God's counsel, then you ask Him to direct your path. Using other language, what I'm talking about is ask Him to help you develop the strategies to achieve the goals that He wants you to achieve. Okay? You need His help in that. We can't do anything without Him. And it's better to be in alignment with Him from the beginning versus working for 3 or 4 years outside of His alignment and then having to start over because you're not making the progress that you want to make. The next is set realistic or achievable goals. Sometimes we set the bar so high that we can't possibly achieve it. So, for example, say I wanted to be a baker and say I wanted to sell cakes. And so I've got great recipes, people know that I bake good cakes, but say I set the bar at I want to sell 10 cakes a week and I'm just starting. I don't have a storefront or anything. I'm just starting. Well, if I sell 10 cakes a week, that's 40 cakes a month. That may be a little unrealistic because no one really knows me yet. So let's maybe scale down and look at if I could sell maybe 4 or 5 cakes per month. That's more realistic than saying that you're going to sell 40 cakes per month. Because when we set unrealistic goals, because we're in the flesh, we have a tendency to get a little dismay or a little depressed because we're not achieving our goals. So let's set realistic goals. Also, you've got to determine what area your goal is going to be in. Do you have a desire to work on your education? Is it a professional goal? Is it your physical health? Is it your mental health? Your spiritual health? Is it your interpersonal relationships with friends or families? What is it that you want to focus on? The other thing that you have to be careful on is you can't focus in every area at one time. We're just human beings. We're not a God. So to try to focus on multiple areas at the same time, again, that's unrealistic and you're setting yourself up for failure. I was reminded, as I was thinking about this, God reminded me of when He fed the 5,000. He had been ministering and then they'd come to the sea and they looked over and there was a multitude of 5,000. And the question came up, how are we going to feed these individuals? And one of the disciples said it would take a year's worth of salary to feed that many people. And so Jesus, He took the 5 small loaves of bread and 2 fish, and He fed the multitude. Now understand, it appeared to be an impossible situation, but He had a goal. And He was focusing on that goal. Then He came up with a strategy. He took the 5 loaves, He took the 2 fish, and He prayed over it. And then He sent the disciples out amongst the multitude to give everybody bread and fish as much as they wanted. Then He told them whatever was left over to gather it back because He didn't want to be wasteful. And they managed to feed 5,000 people with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. Okay? So he set a goal, he had a strategy, and they implemented. Now, let's think about what areas he focused on, perhaps. Perhaps he was educating the disciples also of who he truly was. Of course, we know the multitude, after they'd been fed, realized, or they stated, that he was truly the prophet. In addition to educating the disciples and the multitude, he also took care of their physical health. Okay? But he took care of their mental health also. Because when you're hungry and you need food, you emotionally begin to feel a little some kind of way. I'm not going to say depressed, but you don't feel at your best. Likewise, he took care of their spiritual health needs. In addition, he showed his disciples how to work together from an interpersonal perspective. So we're not Christ. But when you look at what he did, he was able to focus in multiple areas. So I share that story or that parable so that you understand that you're making headway, even though it may seem that you're not, but you're making headway. But you have to stop and examine or reflect on what you're doing and how things are turning out. Remember, set a goal that aligns to what he wants for you. Use his strategies. Then, then work that strategy. Working someone else's strategy will not get you the goal that you want to achieve. We'll talk a little more tomorrow about setting goals and developing your action plan. Action plans are not developed overnight. They're a living document that you continue to refine. And we refine them in our personal lives, our spiritual lives, and our professional lives. And that's okay, because we are human and every day we are constantly changing. So again, this is Dr. TAS. Please share this video. Please share this video. Make it a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.